Hi. Hello, friends. Here I am. It's been a while. Even though my team keeps saying, Jamie, you need to go live. And I'm like, you're right, I do need to go live. But I refuse to go live and make up shit to talk about. So I wait until I have a real juicy something that pops into my mind that I'm like, I have things to say about that. I have words to say about that. And since it's been such a long time, it's annoying because no one's probably even going to really see this video. If you're here, if you're popping on, please comment, please say hello, please like this video so that I know you're here, because I'm assuming they didn't change anything, but as of right now, I have no idea who's live or what's happening. So there's that. Anyway, you guys, I have so many things to say, honestly. So y'all have probably noticed that to an extent, I haven't been super quiet. Hey, Justin. I haven't been super quiet, but I've been a little quieter than normal, right? Well, there's reasons behind that. It's because sometimes it's like, hey, Will, hey, Stephanie. Sometimes it's like, I have shit to say, but it's either going to be like a novel long thing or it's going to be really ranty. And so I just don't in some occasions, but that's also why I've been recording podcasts. So anyways, I digress. Back to the conversation. I have things to say, I promise. Something that is a reasoning behind why I kind of just go, I can't, and don't say shit a lot of times is just because the common threads that are occurring in the social media world and people who do things similar to me as a profession, there are a lot of people, I should say, who do things that, or claim to do things similar to me. And I wish it was more obvious to more people the shit that's being talked. The harmful behavior, the harmful reactions, the fucking blatantly disrespectful behavior of someone who's supposed to be guiding others. But instead, if you paid even this much attention to what somebody is doing, saying, their reactions, their words, and their boasting match up really with who they are? Does it really? If you paid just a little bit closer to that, attention to that, you might be shocked, right? I really wish that people would be a little bit more mindful of that and pay more attention to recognize that, if we quit giving them the attention and quit giving the accolades, that aren't really earned, it might stop happening so frequently, right? So when I named this beautiful thing, it's kind of like slut shaming. That's, my coach is actually currently about to teach a course on this entire topic, but if somebody else's marketing tactics or somebody else's content is making you feel like there's something wrong with you, you're fundamentally broken, you are stupid, that's not the coach for you, friend. That's not the mentor. That's not the person to follow. Kindly hit the unfollow button. Kindly remove yourself from the situation, because what I would like to explain to you that I've learned over my, many years here and through lots of studying of human behavior and psychology and all of the things. First of all, that's a marketing tactic. It's a manipulation tactic to keep you stuck in a place that you're always going to need that person to be acceptable and be okay. I have so many, stick with me, you guys, because I got two aspects to this I think you're going to like. So one, if somebody is trying to shame you into thinking that you're the answer for them, or they're the answer for you, run the opposite direction. Bad news. People who do that typically aren't actually living what they're speaking they're living. I've unfortunately just been able to see behind the curtain in so many places that this might be why I know this so much, and I can point it out really easily. But the other part of it is not when I'm saying this, I'm not slut shaming them for that. I don't give a shit what other people are doing. It makes me sad when some people are exalted, for no other reason than because they're loud. I recently just saw a guy say, oh my God, this is the person, he's a business badass and a lifestyle guru. And I'm like, what makes you say that about that person? Like, why would you say that about them? I'm so, like, I'm intrigued. Like, I'm genuinely interested in why, like, what makes, just because, like, I know that person too. I'm very genuinely interested in what makes you think that about that person. Anyway, I just want us all as humans, number one, to be smarter in this aspect. Number two, like, people got to stop doing this shit. Shaming the fuck out of somebody who's asking for help or who's reaching out or who's looking for guidance, like, does that make you feel better? Because if it does, like, you're the one who needs to go get help, right? Like, you're the one who needs to hire a coach or a therapist. Like, there's an issue there. People are so commenting, I can't hear it. So see them. So I'm not ignoring you. But then, like, okay, here's the flip side, right? People say, okay, Jamie, well, what about you? Your clients have been with you for years. And that's true. Most of my clients have been with me for at minimum 2-3 years. And they're like, well, what about that? Does that mean that you're manipulating them and you're keeping them stuck in a place where they will always need you? And I'm like, no, actually, I'm continuing to grow and get better. They're continuing to grow and get better. So I continue to have things to add to their lives, and they keep making more money, and they keep having babies and buying houses and hiring people and doing all of these things. So it continues to grow together. So there's two different kinds of the situation. And so I think, there's a space of being able to acknowledge or recognize the difference between the two. I recently did actually record an entire podcast episode about the identifying some of the manipulation and things like that. But I don't know, man. I hope this gets in front of some of the people who do it, because it's like, dude, stop. Like, if you get your jollies off of making someone feel like they're less than so that they can pay you money and you can make them feel okay, like, what the fuck? Do you guys not see how twisted that is? Can everybody watching this right now see how, like, twisted that is? But that's like the opposite. Now, none of us are perfect, right? I am not perfect, and I have never claimed to be perfect. I also am not boastful. I do know what I do, and I do know what I'm good at, and I do know that I live very, very specifically. I don't preach about things that I'm not living, because I couldn't, if I feel even the teeniest bit out of integrity, like, I can't live with that. Like, it will break me down into a big blob of whatever. Like, I cannot be okay. I can't function. Anybody who knows me really closely have seen me do that, where I question, like, the smallest thing. If I feel the teeniest bit out of integrity, like, cannot do it. And so I just think it's something that needs to continuously be said, because I think that we're, as a society specifically, like, we hear something or we see something, we blindly, like, follow people. Whether we believe it or not, or we realize we're doing it, we see someone say one thing that we like once, right? Or maybe they have a look that we like once. And then we just don't pay any closer attention. And then instead we're, like, chanting their names in a crowd, and we don't even know why, right? It's like, what's that original biblical story, right? When everybody was, like, chanting, like, free Barabbas. And, like, I'm not super religious, you guys know this, but I think that there are so many lessons and stories that everyone knows the story, right? So I always use them as examples because people know what the hell I'm talking about, usually across the board. But, like, nobody even knew who the fuck Barabbas was. And they were, like, chanting together to free him. Like, what? You know what I mean? It's from the beginning of time we've had this mentality. And I just really want us to stop doing it, like, 100%. So keep your eyes out for that. If you see somebody shaming others, putting other people down, making fun of people, like, probably not someone that you should be looking to for guidance, just a thought. Maybe if that's, like, your jam, you can guys go be buds or whatever, but, like, just something to keep in mind. I think that genuinely the ability to be a good human being in general, we all influence other people. Let's just also say that, like, whether you're doing what I do for a living, you have an online presence, or you don't do any of those things, like, you're a fool if you don't realize that your existence and the way that you choose to do life is influencing other humans. Okay? Like, you absolutely are influencing other humans, whether you like it or not. Like, it's a thing. Okay? We do that. So why not be a better person, right? Like, I don't want to add to the bullshit and hate and anger and, whatever in somebody's life. Like, I don't take that as my personal responsibility to walk around and lift everyone up into the sky either, because, like, I couldn't do my shit or be a good person if that was the case, but that's not the point. The point is if your vibration is high, that doesn't mean you have to lower it for other people. It means theirs raises because they're around you. It's true. Like, it happens. So the more you recognize that and the more you start to notice the shame game and say, nah, I see you, bro. I respect you. You do you, but I am not engaging in that nonsense. Like, you'll figure it out someday. You know what I mean? So anybody, I think that is all I'm going to say about that, because I could keep fucking talking for an hour. Let's be real. I'm going to end it with this. Did you all see that meme that was running around the other day? If you're friends with me on Instagram, you probably did. Of the like side by side where it's like what people see, and it's like the really like model girl and like her pretty little like lingerie thing, and then on the other side it's like but what you hear, like when I open my mouth and it's like, what is it, that guy from that Tiger show or whatever with a super long mullet and a thing going, listen motherfucker. Like, it's me. Like, ticket. Anyway, as always, you guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. I will do my very best to be better at live streams. And in order for me to feel like doing live streams more, it's always nice to think and know that y'all are listening. So if you're still here hanging out, drop a comment. Thank you for being here. If you like the video, hit a thumbs up. If you think other people could benefit from it, as always, please hit that share button. It helps my messages and things get in front of more people. And truly, like, when people want to know how they can support people who do what I do online, like, the best way you can do is liking, commenting, and sharing, friends. Like, best thing you can do besides buying things from us. So thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day.